And you make your way to the, once again, dual city of Mirabar. We've got some time left. We're not even at 3 hours yet. So let's talk a little bit about your ideas of what you want to do in Mirabar. And anything we can resolve now, we will resolve now. And then anything we have to wait, we will go ahead and wait until next session.
The obvious thing is update gear. That's the primary one. I only have one item on my list that I can realistically expect. I think I could realistically expect to get. And that'd be like an elven chain shirt, because Calder has been without armor this entire game.
So,
yeah. Speaking of which, are you taking the bracers or are you getting mithril armor made?
I'm not taking the bracers. I thought those were yours.
I don't have a 2-minute slots left.
Neither do I.
Welcome to mid to late game Dungeons and Dragons, friends. You get to make some hard choices.
Echo will put them on, but he doesn't attune to them.
Fair. So yeah, let's talk. You get to Mirabar, and again, between your contacts in Mirabar and your contacts with Silvery Moon, and the fact that you've got the raw materials to make it happen, mithril is necessary to make elven chain. More of it than you would think. We're gonna say that out of the 12 bars, it's gonna take 4 of them to make a decent chain shirt out of elven chain. If you want to make elven chain mail, like actual chainmail elven chain, that's going to take 6 bars.
I'll go with just the elven chain shirt.
Okay.
Because it is explicitly like intended for spellcasters like myself.
So we're going to go ahead and say that an elven chain shirt is forgeable in Silvery Moon. But it's going to cost you, in addition to the raw materials, we'll say it's going to cost you 300 gold worth of labor.
What kind of armor? Like, we made shopping lists before we left. What kind of armor does Vic wear and does Kreetha wear?
Kreetha wears, I have to look, leather armor.
Vic is currently wearing elven chain and makes all of her own stuff because she is a smith.
Okay.
And has offered smith services to the party.
An elven shirt would work well for a ranger as well.
Yeah, what type of armor is Kreetha proficient with? Is it just light or medium?
I'm pretty sure rangers can use medium armor.
Sure.
Someone look it up.
I'm looking it up.
Right there. I think I chose light armor, medium armor, and shields.
Nice.
Yeah.
I chose whatever she wears needs to be like light though on her.
That's
like,
the thing about mithril specifically.
Yeah.
Is
like
if you
she
make
would maybe accept mithril, but she's used to wearing leather. She lives in a swamp.
If you make chainmail out of mithril specifically, then it does not give you the stealth penalty that medium armor normally does.
Nor does it carry a strength requirement if the type normally carries a strength requirement.
Yeah.
So it doesn't make noise.
But to be fair, and you have to look at this, chainmail does have a maximum on your dexterity bonus to your armor class. And that does not change just because it's mithril. Mithril makes it so that you don't have the strength requirement. It makes it so that you don't have the penalty to stealth, but the dexterity cap is still the dexterity cap.
And what's the dexterity cap?
It's 2. What is Kreetha's dex bonus?
Dex bonus is +6. Or wait, no. Under abilities, it's +3, and under saves, it's +6.
So +3.
Chaotic beats for the raid.
Your current AC is
14.
14. Okay.
I think the chainmail with mithril would actually boost your armor class.
Just 16. There's no.
But it would take down my dex, right?
By 2, so that's 18.
Bonus?
Yeah, we can get her scale mail, which will get her up to 16. That's the half plate would be the other one. to get her higher to a 17.
Kreetha does not like losing dex. She is small, she is best.
So we can think about this. This does not have to be a decision you make now. But
We,
yes,
game, we put in an order for some mithril
you put in an
armor.
order for some mithril armor. We will decide in between games exactly what you order. It's going to take some time. It's going to take at least a session, maybe 2, for it to get made anyway.
Echo also puts in an order for an adamantine shield.
Excellent. We will say that takes up 2 of the 12 bars.
So I'm just curiosity here real quick. They are going to go pay somebody that isn't Vic to do this.
They are not thinking at all. Kreetha was planning on
I'm just
asking
making
Vic.
sure that I'm
All you offered was to
reading that correctly.
I'm sorry.
Are
I'm
you
sorry, Vic. Your
armor smith?
clients were in another camp.
No, but I like Vic brought it up before you guys left that she wanted to be able to tinker with the bars and stuff. If you guys,
We're not
So
gonna
it's
use
like-
Yeah. Kreetha is going to actually be asking, hey, I found these nifty, okay, it's Kreetha. Hey, I found these nifty crossbow bolts that are like super fantastic. I know you can do many like magic things, and kind of waves at the cart. Could do something like this? Like, since suddenly we have some metal to work with? Toothy grin.
yeah.
So yeah, Kreetha would be asking for like +1 crossbow bolt.
I can't
probably, or
make
something.
magic. Like I can't make +1 crossbow bolts, but I might be able to make special ones, but that all depends on Rob stuff because I have access to basically any form of crafting tool I need and the proficiency to use it.
Okay, I mean that's what I do is
I would say though that making elven chain is a kind of proprietary thing amongst the elves. Has now then again, Vic has spent a bunch of time in the Feywild. Would Vic have learned the secret of making elven chain specifically? And I'm willing to go with whatever you say.
I'm like I don't see why she shouldn't. I mean, it would come down to dice rolls anyways.
As it would with a outside contractor.
Any crafting check is going to be dice rolls, but the likelihood of me being able to do it while we're dealing with other stuff is higher. But I mean, if these two want to go and hire somebody else, that's fine. Vic will find out about it and be offended later.
So out of character real quick. Vic was there when Barnabas suggested we go take these to Mirabar to get them smithed into things. Did Vic tell us that she can smith armor?
Vic was actually not physically there when that happened.
Yeah,
but
because
Vic
that was before Anton came.
Before?
Yeah.
We'd have to
I
check the
feel like-
tape, but
yeah,
I'm down with
Vic
whatever.
Informed that no problem.
Okay.
But
If
if you want to go pay somebody else, go right ahead.
If that's the case, then we would have put in the orders with Vic back at the camp, and we're going to Mirabar to do the supply smooshing. Is that okay to retcon?
I'm fine with that.
I'm fine with that. I thought that like they were taking some of that to go trade for like food and stuff.
yeah.
Like with the ingots, which like valid, but
To be clear,
Rough.
the ingots are the payment to the party. They are not intended to be trade barter for supplies. If you use it that way, you can, but they are intended to be payment to you.
Kreetha doesn't even think about that. She is thinking that she'll use some of it because it's money. It's sitting right in front of her. And as she said, money is not as useful as food.
Jeff, you were saying.
She does not think in those
Yeah,
terms.
that's Galder has no intention of using this in any way other than this was my payment. I am now paid. I do not need to be mad at Barnabas. Yay. However, I'm about to start another job for Barnabas, so.
All right. So, just be clear. Before we left, we put in orders for armor with Vic,
Totally.
and now we're at Mirabar to do schmoozing for the supply run.
thank you for the sub.
Okay.
Also,
see you,
I'm
Rye.
taking the opportunity. I'll be taking the opportunity to get in touch with the Lord's Alliance and pulling favors to get food sent to the armies.
Let's talk a little bit about that. So, Jeff,
Okay.
yes, you'll be able to pull some strings with the Lord's Alliance. Kreetha,
Yes.
the evening after the other two go off on their totally safe way to Mirabar, you get this weird, like you feel this weird. Are you holding on to the bag of holding that you've
Yeah, I still have my
purloined?
bag of holding.
You get a weird like vibration from it. At some point, like as you're trying to go to sleep, it starts going bzzz, 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 bzzz.
She curses in Goblin and kind
Bzzzt.
of reaches out and kind of gingerly picks it.
Bzzz.
What is happening?
You open the bag of holding and you find that there is a secret pocket sewn onto the inside of the bag of holding that you didn't notice before that is currently vibrating.
Why is this? What is this? What is happening? So, I wish one of the accusers were here. She reaches her hand inside.
You pull out a few sheets of parchment that shouldn't have fit in that pocket. It's a bag of holding. And a quill that is currently blinking red. Like the tip of the quill is currently blinking. Bzzzt. 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 And the moment both the quill and the parchment are out in the air, the quill attempts to move, but you're holding it in your hand, but it like starts to sort of try to move. It's moving towards the paper, and it's resisting your hand trying to pull it back. Not well, but like you can hold it still, but it's clearly
I
it's
let
like
it go towards the paper because I'm very confused.
in almost illegible script.
Of course.
Is a message that as you focus on it and try really hard to take in, it's hard to pick out individual words. It's very flowy. But Jarlaxle, A, tells you congratulations for finding this means of communication that you can use to communicate with them directly anytime you want. And B, they would really very much like to know what's in the Forge of Fury that's worth so much fuss. And if you are able to bring that information to them, then they would be ever so grateful and also make you ever so wealthy. Oh, and by the way, P.S., when the light on the quill blinks green, go ahead and write what you want to say, and I will read it. J.
Okay, well, I guess he got my bird. That's good. They didn't get eaten. Good.
It's
Okay,
way too soon for them to have gotten your bird. It's
He
way
doesn't
too
think
soon.
about that. I know.
Way too soon.
I totally thought that.
Yes.
Kreetha's just like, okay. So let's talk about Kreetha's writing. It's not good. It's not good. She can speak many languages. She's not particularly good in writing in many languages, including her own. But she starts writing in this very childish scrawl that she keeps having to cross out because she keeps writing the goblin word.
It's like you're competing with him to be illegible in a different direction.
Different way.
direction, yes. Oh, how do I do letters? Dear Jarlaxle, why is it so hard to write? I have been
Right.
inside the Forge of Fury, and it is a forge of fury. I don't know much about forges myself, but I have been given cross. I was told it makes very good weapons.
This is the wielder of
magic?
Durgadan legacy, everyone.
Question mark. Also, there is a dragon. Period.
I'm pretty sure Jarlaxle assumes you're using some kind of code at this point.
Trying to decode it. Meanwhile, Durgadan in your head is
This goblin is
looking
brilliant.
for food and supplies for the dwarven army, not wealth and riches. Period. Why does everyone keep trying to give me so much gold? Question. I cannot carry all of this weight.
You got to
So
be
the
Can
moment
you send food and supplies to the dwarven army, and if I learn more, I will tell you what I know. However, I was not planning on going back inside.
Bzzzt,
Period. Because there are orcs
bzzzt.
and I can't spell that. Gray dwarves
your
and
special
a
your
dragon.
hunting species is dwarf.
Thank you, Kreetha and Stinky Heart.
and stinky.
So the quill started buzzing as you were finishing up your last sentence. You let it go, and it immediately sort of goes down below where you were writing. And it says, first
How much
off,
paper's
dear
left?"
Kreetha, you can carry any amount of weight that you wish. Your exploits in Xanathar's lair made sure of that. Secondly, if I understand correctly, your dwarven king requires supplies. This I can furnish. Tell me what the forge can produce, and I will consider it fair. Like, find out when the forge is being used by someone who has the skill. Find out what it can really do. And I will consider it fair trade for the supplies that I and mine will send to you and yours. Let's go ahead.
Okay, Durgadan.
And
Oh,
then-
now she remembers to ask Durgadan.
She always forgets.
Go ahead.
Okay, so aren't you what the forge can do?
I'm well aware, yes, of what the forge is capable of.
Do
Are
I
you
tell
sure-
him that?
Are you
Because
sure you
that's-
are sharing it with one who is trustworthy?
Oh no, not at all.
Then I think perhaps this might be information that is better to keep to the chest. And if you need something from this J later, then perhaps you can reveal more.
Oh, look, Durgan's
How
learning.
much can I tell to get food and weapons?
Durgadan's a
and things
goddamn
for-
better spy than Kreetha is.
That is true, but let's be honest, Kreetha is 4 years old.
His message makes it seem that, or their message makes it seem like they are already sending supplies. Let's see if they come through first, and then perhaps we can let them in on the secret. There's nothing so
Okay.
special about what the forge does.
I mean, that's fair. I said magic weapon. I'm not lying. I'm not lying. All right, here. I know what to say. Let me write. Okay. I appreciate any food and supplies you can send. If I get back inside, I will tell you what I can. Kreetha and Stinky.
And Stinky,
Heart.
yes. And with that, friends, what we're going to do is we're going to take a quick 5-minute break, and then we're going to move on into our post-game show. I think that was a great place to end the stream. We're going to take 5 minutes. Those of you who can stay for the post-game, please do. Those of you who have to leave because you have other things or because you're on the East Coast and you're super tired, totally up to you. But we're going to take 5 minutes. It is going to be 9:05 by the time I end this Pacific time. So we will be back at 9:10 Pacific time. And we're going to do our, our post-game show. And we're going to talk to you fine folks. So stick around. If you have any questions, that's a great time to ask them. And we will be back in 5. Thank you for watching so far. See you in a little bit.
Also, big thank to Rye Indy for those gifted
Rye,
subs.
you legend.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Rye. I appreciate you. All right, we're out for just 5 minutes. Be right back.